Okay, this is a section on argumentative and persuasive writing. The first reading here is called Saving Water is a Cinch. It's the same reading for 3 questions. So I'm going to read the passage once and then go through the 3 questions. You can always go back and re-listen to the passage or reread it if you need to. Saving water is a cinch. Water is the single most important natural resource on Earth, and though 72% of our planet is covered in water, we cannot take it for granted. Instead, we must be careful to use water only when necessary. The less water that we waste, the more clean water we will have in the future. There are a number of ways to save water. The best place to start is in the bathroom. Why? Because studies show that 3/4 of the water we use indoors is used in the bathroom. Therefore, it is in the bathroom where we should pay close attention to our habits. For example, what do you do when washing your hands? Many people turn the water on and then lather up with soap while the faucet is running. No big deal, right? After all, washing your hands takes only 10 seconds or so. But then imagine how many times in your life you will wash your hands. Now imagine how much water you will save by turning off the faucet while you lather up with soap. Talk about an easy way to save a huge quantity of water. In general, saving water involves changing only a few wasteful habits. Most people find that these habits are actually pretty easy to change. Give it a try yourself and you'll agree. Saving our most important natural resource is easy. Which sentence from the article below best addresses the opposing side of the author's argument? Most people find that these habits are actually pretty easy to change. After all, washing your hands takes only 10 seconds or so. Talk about an easy way to save a huge quantity of water. Again, if you need to pause and go back and listen again or reread it, please do that. Same article on water. Which sentence from the article invites the reader to participate directly in saving water? Many people turn the water on and then lather up with soap while the faucet is running. Give it a try yourself and you'll agree. Saving our most important natural resource is easy. And although 72% of our planet is covered in water, we cannot take it for granted. Which sentence invites the reader to participate directly in saving water? Same article on water. What sentence from the passage best supports the author's claim that we cannot take water for granted? Water is the single most important natural resource on Earth. After all, washing your hands takes only 10 seconds or so. In general, saving water involves changing only a few wasteful habits. The next set of questions, it's about 3 questions again on giving bicyclists their 3 feet. Once a year, thousands of Americans participate in National Bike to Work Day. And why not? Riding a bicycle to work is an ideal way to get exercise. With that said, riding a bicycle can be dangerous, especially in a big city. Nationwide, bicycle-related injuries are on the rise. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 43,000 bicyclists were injured in traffic in 2007. 2 years later, in 2009, 51,000 bicyclists were injured in traffic. So how can we make our cities safer for bicycling? The most important thing to do is to widen bicycle lanes. Common wisdom suggests that bicycles need at least 3 feet of distance from cars in order to be safe. But bicycle lanes are sometimes less than 3 feet wide. Worse, they are often sandwiched in between parked cars and traffic. If someone in a parked car suddenly opens the car door, a bicyclist can be injured or even killed. What we need is a standard for bicycle lane width. A lane that is less than 3 feet wide almost guarantees an accident. Thus, all lanes should be at least 3 feet wide. Moreover, they should be positioned at least 1 foot from nearby parking spaces. Wearing a bike helmet is a little like wearing a seatbelt. It offers only partial protection. If we want to keep cyclists safe from harm, we must also give them wider bicycle lanes. And city planners should impose minimum width standards if they are going to prevent accidents. Why does the author in the following article say that wearing a bike helmet is like wearing a seatbelt? and that's here in this last paragraph. The author thinks that people will wear helmets only if they are required to do so by law. The author worries that today's children think wearing a bike helmet is uncool. The author believes that bike helmets and seatbelts are not enough to keep us safe. Same article on bicyclists. What is the author's main purpose in writing this article? To promote the importance of National Bike to Work Day, to convince people to wear bike helmets at all times, to convince people of the need for wider bicycle lanes. Again, feel free to go back and re-listen to the article or to go back and reread it. What solution does the author suggest for making bicycling safer? Requiring people who are riding bicycles to wear helmets by law? No longer allowing people to park their cars along busy streets? Imposing a 3-foot minimum width standard for bicycle lanes.